Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 11 of the F1 2006 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, we're back this weekend here for the French Grand Prix. Now, I might be slightly addicted to this game at the moment. This is the third video I'm recording today. I know it was a couple of days ago that the US Grand Prix went out live. If you missed it, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But yeah, I'm playing a lot of F1 Championship Edition at the moment. I really am trying to continue getting better because, of course, our new Red Bull team, we have absolutely got what it takes to fight for good points and big results throughout the rest of the season. And Magny Cours, I believe, was the first track I ever took pole position on inside this game. Surely that's going to be a good omen as we head into the weekend. Make sure you get yourself subscribed as well if you are enjoying this series. And yeah, let's head out then here to the French Grand Prix. Well, I must admit, yeah, the disappointment from last weekend's US Grand Prix and our debut for Red Bull really has left me with an itch to scratch. It's basically why, yeah, I had my lunch and immediately have come back on to the game then. So yeah, fingers crossed this time around we can just have a bit of a cleaner race. Just need to go into these with the right mindset now. You know, you cannot push to 100% on this game. You've just got to be sensible. But I think now we've got a car that should be able to fight more. Being sensible should be, you know, kind of more viable, because there's no point being sensible if you're not going to score points, is kind of my mindset. Whether that's for better or for worse, well, we'll have to wait and see over the rest of this season. But today, surely, has got to be the day we score some points.
The wonderfully serene, rural peace here at Magny Cours is about to be shattered as we enter phase one of Saturday's qualifying session.
Well, yeah, Magny Cours. I mean, would it be a fantastic Formula 1 track now? Maybe with the new downforce red cars still. This place could return to Formula 1, but yeah, it still feels weird that we don't have a French Grand Prix in real life when you just remember the insane amount of history that this country has in and around motorsport. But, you know, I'm sure it'll be back probably before the end of the decade once again in a new guise. Place your bets. Where do you think France will next host a Formula 1 race? But yeah, moving into qualifying though, I reckon today, I mean, if we got pole last year in a Midland, surely we can be on pole here. So careful trying to start a lap over that final chicane there, a little bit wide on the exit. And unfortunately, we're all over the back of one of the BMW Saubers. Should theoretically be in quite a championship fight with them, as well. Toyota heading out of the pit lane as well. They're a little bit wide off of turn 2, but we get a good run. We'll get the Sauber, and hopefully now we'll get that Toyota as well then as we make our way up the back straight. Gaining. He's going to move around in the braking zone, and we're going to try to avoid him and go for a nice pirouette. Proves me that I've managed to catch back up to these two, but yeah, really struggling there is, I believe, that Jacques Villeneuve, so that explains that, the 1997 Formula 1 World Champion.
Speed hosts a new lap time.
As we make our way through the final chicane, they're getting up on 2 wheels, and despite the spin, we went a second quicker than Scott's speed. Button goes fastest, but reckon he's still going to be disappointed as we go even faster onto a 17.5. Well, there we go. Nice and easy out of Q1. Then Q2 once more should be a bit of a formality here. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Circuit Magny Cours, but the AI are useless. Making our way into that final chicane then, just try and send it over the curb in. That was actually really nice there. 17.1. A big improvement over Q1. That should be enough again. Well, Kimi Räikkönen there, I'm sure gutted to be out in Q2 here. Bearing in mind, remember, like I said, he was in the championship fight after the opening 3 races, and he's basically not scored since then. He's pretty much fallen off as badly as I have in this series, but into Q3, can we make it pole position? Well, I want no messing around here as we head into Q3. I also don't want Michael Schumacher claiming a slipstream off me again like he did last weekend. But yeah, we're just going to try and get it done in one run. Not running any kind of fuel strategy here. Just planning to go half distance in the race. All right, come on then. First lap here in Q3. Avoid those curbs. Don't need to risk it to start the run. But let's just try and get one lap on the board then. I reckon we can still easily do a 17 here, despite the race fuel in the car. Just haven't quite had a fully hooked up lap so far in this session. So let's try and make sure we get it done now, as every single driver out there nice and early in the session. People want to try and get laps on the board. That fast chicane now is basically just down one gear and pretty much flat through, which, yeah, last season required a big old lift and a lot of kind of strategy work. This chicane as well. See where I binned it from the lead last season. Don't obviously want to be doing that again. So we are giving that curb a ridiculously wide berth apparently on this lap, but in towards the final few corners then. Is this going to be pole position ready for the French Grand Prix? Just our second ever race for Red Bull. We need to try and make sure I nail this final chicane there. Braking nice and tidy, a little bit deep on the entry. Gives us a shallow run over the curb and hopping over the curbs there. It's a 17 flat. So we've matched our Q2 time, but with full fuel in the car, I've really got to hope that's enough. Well, I can only assume that everyone is running just a little bit more fuel than myself there, but we clearly own Magny Cours inside F1 CE there. 1.3 seconds clear of Fernando Alonso, but pole position, I've done that many times this game. I've just got to try and get to the flag. I've set myself a goal. I want to score 50 points before the end of this season.
Welcome to Magny Cours, and we're here live for this year's French Grand Prix. Magny Cours, the current home of the French Grand Prix, is situated in idyllic countryside and was originally designed to incorporate features from other famous circuits. This is why some of its corners take their names from other Grand Prix venues. The track itself has one of the best surfaces on the Formula One calendar, but its tight layout can make overtaking quite difficult. Pretty much perfect weather conditions for racing here today, so we should see some very competitive lap times during this race. You have pole. That's a magnificent achievement for him and his team. Next to him in second is Fernando Alonso. Third is Michael Schumacher. Massa fourth. Row 3 and 5th place for Giancarlo Fisichella. 6th is Rubens Barrichello. Button is 7th. Jarno Trulli occupies 8th on the grid.
Well, it's Red Bull's first ever pole position then in Formula One. Wonder if they ever got another in real life.
Victory today, being on the front row of the grid, you're in a great position to make it happen. Do not blow it on the first few laps though. Just try to maintain your position and aim for lap consistency, which should get quicker and quicker as the fuel load goes down.
Well, clearly, yeah, this game knows what I'm like now. Don't bottle it in the first few laps, is what I've been told there. But trying to get the last little bit of heat into those rear tyres. Make sure everything is nice and toasty for the start of the French Grand Prix. Can I rewrite the wrongs of last season here? Can we bring glory to our Red Bull team as well? Let's do this thing. French Grand Prix time.
You know the drill by now. Here we go. The race is go, go, go!
Oh, bad start. Alonso nailed it as we head down in towards turn 1.
You're in front out of the first corner. Next is Alonso. Next is Michael Schumacher.
Well, Alonso and Schumacher right behind me. I'm scared of what's going to happen into the Adelaide hairpin there, but it looks like they've tripped over each other a little bit. Massa now up into P3, and I can just hear them. They're like a swarm of bees closing in down the back straight there. Oh, a little bit wide, overshot it, hopping over the curbing, but we hang on. There's Alonso there still. Everyone, that's such a big corner for Constantina and up, but it looks like everyone kept it pretty clean and tidy, as desperate to try and build up some temperature in the tyres on lap 1, just trying to avoid taking any major risk. As, yeah, we'll see if we can try and build up a lead there. Schumacher's had a disastrous start, though, all the way down to P5 then. But 21 laps here from Magny Cours. It is no easy feat. There is not much room for error around this venue. It's an old school circuit. It's basically track or gravel trap. One or the other. There's some grass as well, I suppose, sprinkled in with all that. But by the end of lap 1, we've done the hardest part of any Grand Prix, and that's hang on to the lead, avoid those curbs. Yeah, let's hear what the order is behind us.
First lap completed. The field looks like this. You now lead the race. Alonso is second. Massa is third. Fourth is Fisichella. He's up from 5th. Michael Schumacher 5th. Jenson Button in 6th. Barrichello is 7th. He's down from 6th. And Trulli is 8th.
You were 2 seconds faster through the first sector.
Right, now the goal then, early on, is just build up a little bit of a lead without taking too much risk. Want to try and build up a small margin. That way, when I inevitably do end up doing something stupid, we've got a bit of pace to fall back on. That's exactly what I mean about inevitably do something stupid. 3.5 seconds clear, though. 3.4 seconds clear of Fernando Alonso, though, early on. Yeah, we have got some good pace here. Oh, we've already got someone out. I believe that might be a McLaren. I would only guess, based on his bad luck this season, that it's Kimi Räikkönen. But yeah, no idea what happened to the McLaren. Yeah, we're not really pulling away from Alonso, though. Well, I am slightly nervous still.
You now lead the race. Alonso is second. Massa is third. Fourth is Fisichella. Michael Schumacher fifth. Jenson Button in sixth. Barrichello is seventh. And Trulli is eighth.
Well, I am now slightly nervous in this Grand Prix, because I've never, ever done the pit lane here in Magny Cours, so I've got no idea what to expect. I've got no idea whether I... No, need to brake! Don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall, don't hit a wall. Get going, get going, get going. This is why I need to build up that lead. Will that give me a slowdown penalty? Yes, 7 seconds for that. I span and lost time, and it still thinks I deserve a 7-second penalty. Either way, we've dropped back behind Alonso. We've held up Felipe Massa and Giancarlo Fisichella, an absolute treat. Hopefully Massa isn't going to look for it down here. Had to give him the room, though, just in case. And that's another one. What is this game? How am I getting penalties for tiny little mistakes? This is normally where things go bad. This is normally where the mistakes come in, I get annoyed, and we end up crashing out or doing something stupid in a Grand Prix. I do not want to let that happen today, as... Great. Great, don't hit a wall. I mean, Alonso is won this thing now, basically. Well, we're still inside the points, which I suppose is a good thing. But yeah, now we have got a lot of work to do. I'm happy, though, that I haven't binned it yet entirely, as it was actually Montoya who retired from the Grand Prix. We got more yellows out, though. Someone potentially with issues. Can't see anyone going slowly. What's making me laugh is when I don't make mistakes, the, quite frankly, ridiculous pace advantage we've got over the AI here. I mean, if we didn't bottle it, Fernando Alonso, we might still catch him before this race is done and dusted. So we get all over the back of Rubens Barrichello there. Now we've actually got a car that can fight in a straight line. This is a little bit of wheel banging between us. Don't hit the oil. There it is. Get back over to the racing line. Barrichello's going to try and send it. But we hook it up round the outside. Back up into 6th place we go. No, 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 no. And I've binned it again. Come on. Got to get better than this. Don't start spinning all the time. It's very, very early for the AI to be making pit stops here. But yeah, Massa has come in for his first and, well, I assume only stop of the day. Didn't quite catch. Oh, I think it's Fisichella. That's the other one. There we go. Load more cars into the pit lane then, but we've already come out a stop behind Fernando Alonso. I can't assume he's 2-stopping this. I imagine he's still only on a 1. But yeah, that's just how quickly things usually go badly wrong for me on this game. I mean, Alonso now, yeah, on a lot of fuel. It's so weird going back to a game where tyres don't really matter. It is all about how much fuel someone has on board. But we need to try and get away around the Spaniards. Easy over those curbs, though.
Halfway mark. Michael Schumacher leads. Alonso is second. He's up from third. You're third. Barrichello fourth. Trulli fifth. Sixth is Heidfeld. Massa is seventh. And Webber is in 8th place.
Well, we seem to reliably be able to get a much better run. Whoa, what is Alonso doing? Come on, man. Just moves around, and we've got to dive in because I've outbroke myself. Right, we're 14 seconds behind the Michael. So he's still got a pit before the end of this thing. Either that or a pit stop behind Alonso. Right, here we go then. The bit that I was most nervous about for this race. Trying to make our way into the pit lane. Michael Schumacher staying out there again. So he really did, yeah, load up on fuel come Saturday's final Q3. Oh, the pit lane is really easy. That's so easy.
12. Michael Schumacher leads. You're second. Alonso third. He slid down from second. Massa fourth. Rosberg is fifth. Fisichella sixth. Seventh is Button. And Barrichello is in eighth.
Well, a 13.4 second stop is pretty terrible, all things considered, but we're going to re-emerge.
And it looks like rain might be on the way. Fortunately, it looks like it's still a fair way off, and we should be finished here before it hits.
I hate it when Martin Brundle says that and really tries to scare me.
Wait till the green and you have optimum traction.
I mean, there we go, yeah, Jarno Trulli just in front of me is still in the points, so he should score today if I don't bin it. Oh, how slow does that Toyota want to go through there? Never expect to make a move down into the hairpin.
P8 right now.
But past Jarno we go, back into the points as well. But I reckon we could still get close to a podium. So there we go. Nico Rosberg apparently hadn't pit still in this Grand Prix, so he was way out of the cycle. So we're up to 7th. For the last 2 laps then, we've taken over 5 seconds out of Barrichello. Still got 5 laps to go of this race. The gap down to just under 8 seconds. Come on then, 4 laps to go. The gap down to 5 seconds. We can definitely get Rubens. But can we get Jensen? Oh, come on then, just over 2 laps to go. We have closed in on Rubens, but I still want to try and get to Jensen here for payback for what he did to me in Canada. My final race for a Super Aguri.
Alonso leads. Massa is second. Michael Schumacher third. Fourth is Fisichella. Button is fifth. Barrichello is sixth. You're seventh. And Trulli is eighth.
That's not the ideal way to start the penultimate lap. We should still get a nice run off the corner though. But we're not going to be close enough to Rubino just yet. I mean, look at that. How slow do the AI want to go through that hairpin?
6th place, repeat, 6th place.
We're up to 6th then, but I want 5th. Massa and Alonso then still battling out at the front, but 2 seconds to Jensen Button.
The top 8 drivers at the moment are Alonso leads. Massa is second. Michael Schumacher third. Fourth is Fisichella. Button is fifth. You're sixth. Barrichello is seventh. He's down from sixth. And Trulli is eighth.
I basically need to nail this lap if I want to get close enough to Jensen to really go for anything here, but we are closing this gap down. Alonso, though, it looks like he's done the job at the front, but despite all the spins, I will take only getting beaten by Ferrari and Renault here. Horrible line through the chicane. It just gives Button a bit of breathing room again. Tyres are definitely starting to go. Come on, making our way through the final few turns. This is where we take loads of time out of all the AI. And we've done the same with Jensen Button.
So crosses the line in first place and earns a well-deserved 10 points.
I've got to go for it.
To finish in second.
Round the outside through the chicane. Yes, we've done it. We will take Button there as well. The other BAR blows up just mere meters from the line. But it is P5 here in France. What a finish to that race.
It's been another exciting Grand Prix here in France, and it's a great start to this second spell in Europe. We're here for a total of 4 races, and the schedule reads like this. Germany in 2 weeks' time, Hungary and Turkey in August, and Italy in September. There will be an extended break after that, before we pile on the air miles again as we fly out to the Far East for China and Japan. This phase of the season is set to be very interesting indeed. All of the European circuits ahead of us are infamous for unpredictable weather, but famous for their high-speed thrills and spills. See you in 2 weeks when we head over to Hockenheim for the German Grand Prix.
Well, I am so happy there that we beat out Jensen Button at the end and gutted for Rubens Barrichello. We just saw it in the background, that Honda going up in smoke, but Honda or even BAR, that's what you're missing out on now. You should have put me in the A-team sooner than that there. Looks like Clean finished out in P14, so it is going to mean championship-wise. Alonso still with a 4-point lead at the top of the table. Fisichella still 3 ahead of Michael Schumacher there. Button is still ahead of myself, but we are now on a nice 16 points there. Finally, our first point since Malaysia in round 2 of the campaign as well. So with that as well, Red Bull, we jump past BMW Sauber. We are now just 4 points behind my old team in Super Aguri. But like I said, I reckon we should aim for 50 points this season. we can definitely beat out Toyota. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon when F106 returns. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.